Shalom, shalom, by solid speaking. All praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. Hopefully everyone's in good spirits. Can I get a sound check, please? Make sure I'm clear. Okay, thank you for the clarity. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. From me as well. Visit the website wiseservant.org. Peace and wisdom, direction, and everyone else. I want to say thank you to the small few of you guys who gave back. Now let's begin. I want to explain the Creator. Sound being the Creator. And the sound that's created. I also want to explain third eye lies. Now, you all see the thumbnail of the ear in the developing fetus. A developing fetus looks like an ear. The reason why is because sound is the Creator. Now, I was hoping one of you guys had a question for that. Meaning you see the ear, you see the baby, and of course now I'm telling you that sound is the Creator. That's the reason why a developing fetus looks like an ear. I was hoping one of you guys would say, doesn't a mouth have to do with sound, not an ear? That didn't pop in none of y'all head? I said, sound is the Creator. This is why a baby or a developing fetus looks like an ear. It didn't pop in none of y'all mind to think like a mouth has to do with sound, not ears. And so, sound is twofold, meaning you have the sound and the hearing of the noise or the sound. So in perspective, sound or noise is twofold. And so the ear is the witness or the proof that the sound exists. And so when you're dealing with sound, yes, sound comes from a mouth, but before mouths and ears, so you have the noise and the hearing of it. Of course, the mouth will manifest and speak noise. The ears will receive it, but both of these things are extensions of the same thing. Now, sound is the Creator, and the ear or the hearing is the witness or proof that this Creator exists. So a developing fetus looks like an ear. Reference John chapter 1 verse 1. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And the same was in the beginning with God. I have a video where I explain John 1, explaining in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It's speaking like I said. Sound is the creator, but there must be a witness. It's like if someone says if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it make a noise? So you have the sound, and then you have to have the proofs of it. So it says in the beginning was the Word, the sound. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the same was in the beginning with God. It's speaking of one thing twofold. Sound being the creator, and the hearing, which is the created, being the witness or proofs of this unseen creator, which is sound. Am I clear? Hopefully so. Corey Smith, you back, huh, Cat Daddy? Let's get into genetics. But before I do, I want to explain stupid to you guys. Many of you view stupid as a term for those that don't know. Stupid is when you know better. You get it? Stupid don't have anything to do with dumb, ignorant, or any of that. It have to do with somebody that know good and goddamn well what they doing. You get it? When a person knows better, but they act as if they don't, for whatever reason. And so, if you ever hear me call someone stupid, it's because they know better. Wisdom is for those that don't know, but then you have the stupid. I wasn't speaking to you though, Corey Smith. And so this is with everyone. When y'all call people stupid, y'all are doing it because in y'all mind, y'all like they know better. They not stupid. They're plain dumb. So, if you don't know any better about things or you don't know things, you don't need to get confused. Now, when dealing with genetics, our DNA is made up of nucleotide sequences. These nucleotide sequences, he said no offense taken, I wasn't talking to you though. I was just telling you, you're back. Before you was back, it's already written at the top of my page. Explain stupid. Now, when dealing with our genetics, this is our DNA. Our DNA is made up of nucleotide sequences. These nucleotide sequences can be translated into musical notes. The reason for that is because, like I said, sound is the creator. So our genetics are technically musical notes. This is why it can be translated into musical notes. Now it's all perspective. A musical note is a sound, which is air. Within air, you have the atomic levels of life. This is how you get rain or any substance you can think of out of thin air. Rain, snow, whatever. You have your different states of airs, and all these different states of airs have their atoms within it. You have nitrogen atoms, hydrogen atoms, oxygen atoms. But these are airs, meaning you have oxygen, air, nitrogen, air. And you get it? The nitrogen atoms are within it. Hydrogen, oxygen bonds, you get water. The point I'm making is sound is air or breath. And so within sound, you have the atomic levels of life, or the building blocks of life. And so our genetics is sound bonded together, but being viewed from the point of genetics instead of the point of sound. So when you look at musical notes, you think sound in making the sound. When you look at genetics or DNA, which is the same thing, you think the building blocks of life. And so you get it? It's the same thing being looked at from a different perspective. When you're looking at DNA, you're basically looking at the airs of the sound, and you get it? The atomic levels within it. When you're looking at musical notes, then you're just looking at like the sound it makes. You're not looking at the musical note and say, make that sound, and now see what atoms does that sound consist of. And when you make all the different sounds, you're merging the atoms. So now the instrument has spit or substance all in it, because sound is the creator. Or when you merge airs, you get substance. I'm glad you said that, Big Geppy. He said he's been listening to music with no words, mostly piano sounds. And he's been in quite a good mood. Get it? Yeah. You get better with sounds, you'll learn how to heal yourself. It starts with your mood too. Meaning when one is sick, well, I ain't never seen somebody sick in a good mood. So you get it? They go together. Bad mood and sickness. Usually one is in a bad mood before they become sick. They feel the sickness coming, in that the mood get disgusted or aggravated because they feel the sickness. So you get it? He said, why is that dog still barking? The dog belongs to the neighbor. I have nothing to do with the neighbor. Salam. Peace and wisdom, Griffmatic. And so, if most of you guys apply the things that I say, you'll see a big change in your life. When I say your life, I'm speaking your mind and your emotional state. You'll start to see like, oh yeah, I'm a little better. Y'all too wrapped up into the society or its tune. And there's where your pressure lies. Meaning you have to fit into society, measure up to a bunch of dumb stuff. You carry that mindset with you everywhere. And so it makes room for you to feel low or beneath others. You know, the society is a status thing. The status is usually based on finances. And so do you follow? You want to kind of remove yourself from things like that. But back to the video. Peace and wisdom. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give me a thumb as well. That's a like. And if you want to give back, you can do so by clicking the title, and my links are there. Peace and wisdom, Trill Chris. He said, my life has become better since I started watching you. Thank you. Salam, shalom. Now, stay on that frequency if you don't. So, at least you know your way now somewhat. Make sure to live and enjoy and indulge in things. Wisdom is not a restriction. Many people get lost into religion and they carry that perspective like punishment and not doing anything. Not doing anything has nothing to do with being good. You want to indulge in life, engage in the things. There's no rules. There's just balance. Don't get carried away with anything. But, you get it? Be fruitful and multiply. In a nutshell, go have sex, go do drugs, have fun. Don't get carried away, lost into it. Follow? Many people get into wisdom or religions and then they view it as a restricting self from still enjoying life. All the joys of life being the things that people say is bad for you. But it's only bad when you get carried away on it. Is a man having a drink on the weekends bad? No. He's enjoying his weekend. Now when that carry over to the weekdays and start interfering with him going to work, him beating up his wife, then you follow. But before you get to all of that, live life, enjoy, have fun. Try not to get too carried away. That's where you bring yourself down. And so, keep yourself in good spirits. That's your job, nobody else's. Now, like I was saying, our genetics, our DNA is made of nucleotide sequences. These nucleotide sequences can be translated into musical notes. Of course, when you're dealing with sound, you're speaking of airs, and within the airs, you have your atoms. This is the building block of life. Now, look at it like this. Being as though our DNA can be translated into musical notes, then you have to grasp that musical notes can be translated into DNA or bonded to be made DNA. Meaning, you can make a life out of music if you understand music is sound. Each note being its own sound, having its own airs. Think of like vowels. A, E, I, O, Each breath or sound contains different atoms. Let's say the A is oxygen airs. And so you're just spewing out oxygen atoms. R, oxygen airs, the breath. Let's say E is nitrogen airs. And so when you're saying A, E, I, O, you're spewing out different airs or different atoms. This is what the sound consists of. Of course, when you merge atoms, you manifest substance. That substance can be merged with other substance. This is the building blocks of life, chemistry, alchemy, whatever you want to call it. I'm giving you that perspective so you can grasp. If one goes through every note of a musical and deal with the genetics of that sound, you follow? You're reading a musical. It has the musical notes. You say that's an A note. What atoms are within an A note? Cool. Now, what atoms is in this next note? Cool. Marking it down, merging these atoms. You can build an organism, meaning all music is genetics, not bonded. You follow? We are sound bonded in perspective, meaning the musical notes are bonded together to create what we call, DNA or genetics. Now, hopefully that's clear. Where am I at? Now, if I'm not clear, you don't understand what I'm saying, let me know. But in a nutshell, sound is the creator. We are all sound. That's not saying we are the starting creator, but like how sound is twofold, where you have the hearing and the actual sound. We're the hearing side, or the ear. That's the witness, the proof that the sound exists. Sound being the creator. Now, our genetics is sounds bonded together. Of course, sounds is air, and so when you merge airs, you manifest substance or spirit. Like I said, that substance or spirit, seminal fluid, will be merged with menstrual fluid. Then you get your clay or your physical body. Now, when our DNA, which is musical notes, of course, is bonded together and manifests as spirit, substance, it still holds its sounds or its musical notes, which is the genetics. And when it's merged with the menstrual blood and manifests as a solid body, it still holds the sounds or genetics or musical notes that it started with. The nucleotide sequences, which are musical notes, they make for, or they evolve into, the sounds the organism is able to make. Meaning your genetics or your genes, this is your DNA, is a sequence of musical notes or nucleotides, one and the same. These things make no sound, but they are sound like musical notes on a paper. When these musical notes, which are your genetics, evolve into a physical form, it is those genetics that makes for the sounds it can make. Do you follow? All is evolving. The unconscious mind evolving into awareness. The genetics of the sound evolving into sounds. This is how the Creator creates. Music. Sound. Of course, sound being breaths or airs, and so this is your genetics. Now, what is a soul? This would be the created aspect of the sound. Like I said, sound is twofold. Now, a soul is a living sound. Are 5 sounds bonded as one. The 5 bonded sounds or vowels are the 5 senses of the soul. So we're not speaking of a physical thing. We're speaking of a bubble of air. We're not speaking of just sounds one make, but we're speaking of the soul or the genetics of a sound. So you have sound not bonded to anything, and then you have a soul which is like 5 sounds bonded together. These 5 sounds are expressions being the senses of this unseen sound. This is the soul. Now, of course, the 5 senses is sound, smell, taste, touch, and sight. Remember, sound is twofold. So some of you guys will say, no, the 5 senses is hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and sight. Hearing, sound, it's the same thing. You get it? The mouth and the ear are together. I don't know how to explain it, but you have noise. This is unseen, meaning your words are not seen. Let's say when this sound manifests, so being as though it's twofold, meaning it makes noise and it receives noise, it has to have 2 objects to do it. You follow? So sound manifests, sound being twofold, the hearing and the noise. And so when it manifests, it has a mouth and ears. But they're one and the same. Now, sound has a smell. Smell has a taste. Taste is an extension of touch. And touch is an extension of seeing or sight. So this is like the sound evolving. You follow? Sound being twofold. The sound and the hearing. Hearing is a bringing in or a receiving of a thing, just like smell is too. So the hearing or the sound evolves into smelling, which is the same thing, meaning the sound is the essence, an unseen essence. It's brought in by the ears. The smell of a thing or scent of a thing is the essence of it as well. Look at it like words. You come to somebody and they're standing right in your face and they're speaking. So you can hear their words, bring it in. And you can smell their words, which is their breath. You say, man, your breath smells like shit. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't. Nah, dude. Your breath is. Smell like you was eating that. Smell like you was tossing. Let's get back to the video. The point is, the sound evolves into hearing, which is a receiving in. Smelling is the evolution of that, meaning the same. Yeah, the mouth. It's the same. It's the bringing it in. I want to make it all real life. That's how you got to grasp. You got to be real life. You say, like, how is hearing and smelling the same? Somebody standing in your face, then you could grasp. You say, yeah, you right, Silas. They breath smell like cold shit. Not fresh doo-doo. Smell like doo-doo in the freezer. You know, when a thing thaw out, it get crazy. All the scent, that scent build up. If you freeze a bum, and then you take that bum and put him right on the beach, woo! A hurricane will happen right now. His hot stank ears will thaw. Cold bum scent will mix in with the hot beach sun and create a nuclear. You hit a whole nuclear explosion, man. Tornado out this. I'm sorry. I'm just playing. I love bums. I ain't know. You don't judge. Big Yappy said, this is why we can't hear, talk, and smell in our dreams. Now you're grasping, champ. But you can smell in your dreams. You cannot touch and see in your dreams. Meaning you have no eyeballs. Of course, I know you guys say, no, I see in my dreams. Shit, you can see in your head right now. It's called daydreaming, but you ain't seeing nothing but what's already saved. Like data. Save data. But you get it? Pardon my Wraith Ninja. This is a sacred mass, but you get a little older, your head, you get fat-headed. You get block-headed. Hitting. I'm just playing. Now, where was I? Hearing, which is one of your senses, evolves into smelling, which is the same sense, the bringing in the essence of a thing. One being the essence in regards as the sound, the other being the essence in regards to the scent, but both of these are one and the same, meaning the sound has a smell. If a thing have a smell, then it have a taste. Of course, touch is an extension of taste. Sight is an extension of hearing, but try and grasp. Now, I'm going to block you in a second, Corey Smith. I'm not sure if you slow or you don't understand English, but get it together. I have to take my mask off and just wear it as a hat like it's intended. Play with me, fool. Now, let's get back to the wisdom. Sorry. Niggas thought I was beat up under here, right? I was got that mask on because them Hebrews caught that nigga, whooped his ass. Sure did. No. No one's whooping John Shaft's ass, nigga. Get it out your mind. All you see is smoke flying through the city like it was the other day, my nigga. No forest fire happened, though. Machine gun. I'm just playing. I'm humble, and I don't believe in violence. Y'all always laughing at me. I'll be dead serious. I don't play like y'all. Now, sound, which is the creator, this God, is twofold. Meaning the creator is like sound. Sound is twofold. The noise, or the projection, the action, and then the hearing aspect of sound. Of course, sound has to be heard for it to be. So the hearing aspect of sound is the proof or the witness of the sound. You follow? If I say something and you hear it, follow. Now, of course, this is not physical. We're speaking of senses. The projecting and the reception of the same sense. The creator being the projection or the sound. We being the reception or the proof of that action. So you have the creator and the created. One and the same thing. But the created is like the hearing. It is the proof of the sound that you can't see. So you have the physical sound, which is the proof, the created. And it can create as well. It is the creator. But then you have the creator that isn't manifested, the happening, the sound. All is proofs of this. I'll let you go, Corey Smith. Enjoy your day. Salam. I was looking if they had a trash. I thought you in the garbage, big baby. For the rest of y'all, try not to be like Corey Smith and let the whole world know that your mother has bad vagina. If the life that come out the vagina ain't shit, well, the vagina is the molder of that life. So y'all make sure y'all raise y'all babies right. Y'all make sure they project themselves in respect of your poom poom. Otherwise, if a nigga tell you, man, your pussy ain't shit because I seen your kid and them little devils ain't got no goddamn sense. And so I always remember that. And when I was young, I always make sure I had good manners and things like that because I know I'm representing my portal. And it's the poom poom I came out of. And it's cold-blooded. That poom poom gave me sleeps, eats, nigga like a slave. Master gives us eats. So, but y'all get the point. Now, the soul, which is a sound, evolves into a hearing. Remember, sound is twofold. So the soul is a sound. It evolves into a hearing and a smelling. Once physical, the hearing will evolve into sight, and the smelling will evolve into taste and touch. Remember, hearing and smelling, which is two of your senses, there's three more, taste, touch, and sight, but we're dealing with the first two. Hearing, which is the first extension of sound or the witness, and smelling, which is the same thing, just capturing a different aspect of the essence of a thing. Hearing is capturing the sound of a thing, its vibration, its essence. Smelling is capturing the essence of the thing, but the scent, like I said, somebody talking in your face, you grasp. Now, these two things that are the same, two evolutions of sound, hearing and smelling. Once physical, the hearing, which is the receiving in of the sound, evolves into sight, which is the receiving in of the sound or the image. Remember, sound is color as well, or light. This is why I say life started as a big bang. Sound is this bang, this flash of light. Of course, when sounds, which is airs, merge, you get lightning and thunder before you get the manifestation, which is the substance. And so hearing is a perception thing. The first aspects of seeing, which is the whole purpose of your senses. Your senses, which are awareness, is an evolving thing. Remember I said you have 5 sounds bonded together. And this is what a soul is, a living sound. And this living sound is evolving as an awareness. And awareness is the senses. These senses are evolving from a hearing to a smelling to a taste, a touch, and then actual seeing. So the hearing, which is the bringing in of the sound and the perceiving of it, meaning if I'm speaking to you and you don't see me, you can still image or imagine what I'm saying. Words and imagery go together, meaning sound and imagery go together. So the hearing, that sense, bringing in the sound, will evolve into sight. The bringing in of the imagery, which is all sound is. It causes one to make images. Sound is the creator, even in your brain. Now, the smelling aspect, which is the bringing in of the scent, of course. Scent has a taste, meaning you smell a thing, you say, I can taste it in my mouth. Smell evolves into taste and touch once in the physical. One still being able to smell and hear. But you can't taste, touch, and see without the vessel. Y'all don't eat in y'all dreams because there's no vessel. Y'all don't smell or y'all don't touch in y'all dreams because there's no vessel. You ever had a fight in your dream and you like, it's not, my punch ain't going right. There ain't no touch in dream truly. These are physical attributes. Tasting, touching, and seeing. But while in dream, so this soul that you are, which is 5 senses, it lives its life. The senses bring things upon it. You know, things y'all get attached to through y'all senses. Seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, and touching. Man become addicted to many things in physical life because of his senses. His senses bringing these things in. Y'all see quite a lot with y'all sight. And y'all hear quite a lot with y'all hearing. And y'all taste quite a lot with y'all sense of taste. You follow? Like that. Now, when there's no body or vessel, let's say you're in dream or death, the soul is now filthy with all that the senses brought on it. In that, whatever you seen is stored on the soul. This is why when you're dreaming, you have no physical body and you're not in physical life, but you still have imagery and something to do in this place called imagery because of what one's seen or heard. You follow? This is how y'all daydream. Run around in y'all brain. Meaning you person and place. Of course, your place to the billions of cells within you. In your place for yourself as a soul. Meaning you have a body. The soul is in it. The soul ain't restricted to a size. In that, the soul can run around in this vessel or the outer one. In that, y'all drift off in y'all own head. Using the imageries or what the senses brought in. And this is a soul evolving. When one dies, that soul still having all its senses or all its vowels. The 5. Some of y'all say, man, there's 6 vowels. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. You're right. The sound is twofold. So there's 6 senses. However you cut it or try to switch it, that don't work on the truth. It's always going to be, it's always going to make sense. So, hopefully you grasp. Now, if y'all have any questions in regards to that, please ask now. I'm about to move along. Hopefully y'all grasp what a soul is, what the creator is. what a divine mind is. That's me. Now I want to get the third eye liars. You have many people that parade around. They teach the opening of the third eye. Nothing they say is deep in regards to like their own mind. They teach opening the third eye. They teach the third eye being in the middle part of the forehead or inside the middle part of the head, the pineal gland, all kind of things. These are your liars. Now I'm going to explain the third eye to you guys and how the opening of this third eye works and, you know, things like that. Of course, most of you guys think the third eye is in the middle of the forehead. When you're dealing with the Far East, they have the red dot in the forehead. And this is where most associate the third eye with the forehead. Now, if I ask you guys to all close your eyes, there is no other eye that y'all have that sees. But of course, y'all have words, so y'all will talk around and make it what you need it to be. But, now when you're dealing with the Far East and the dot in the middle of the forehead, it was explaining the location of the third eye within. That third eye being the prostate. In a woman, the G-spot. That's why you have a red dot. Now I know most of you guys will say, why would the prostate or the G-spot be the third eye? The prostate is where seminal fluid comes from. Of course, seminal fluid is all of our beginnings. It's our genetics. Now remember, our genetics is just a bunch of sounds bonded together. And when you merge sounds, you merge atoms, so then you manifest a substance, spirit, seminal fluid. We're speaking of people. This seminal fluid holding the awareness. That's the five senses. Sound, smell, taste, touch, and sight. You follow? The seminal fluid is awareness. The egg cell is the body, or the precursor to it. The seminal fluid is the five senses, the consciousness. The egg cell, which is the body, is just the vessel. You follow? The seminal fluid or the spirit, it breathes, it sees, it hears. Not the egg cell, meaning your body does not see, hear, smell anything. This is why when you go off, it doesn't walk around and see stuff. You get it? When a person dies, the body does not breathe. Like that part. What breathes has left. What sees has left. What hears has left. Meaning the spirit or the soul is what sees, hears, smells, so on and so forth. The vessel is just a means for that to be expressed out. Otherwise you wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't know I can speak if I had no physical mouth to do it. Y'all wouldn't know I can see y'all if I had no eyeballs y'all could track. Y'all wouldn't know I can hear y'all if y'all couldn't see my ears. You follow? But because I have this vessel now, I can project out these talents. The point I'm making is the seminal fluid. This is all of our beginnings. This is the yolk. Everyone's father manifested them out as yolk. Spirit from the father. That seminal fluid comes from the prostate gland. that seminal fluid is awareness, are the source of seeing. If there's no seminal fluid or spirit inside the exhaler body, there is no sight, hearing, smelling, none of that. So you follow? You have eyes, they see. But before you had eyes, when you was just a developing egg cell full of white yolk, awareness. You follow? Before you had eyes, you had awareness. This is all five of the senses. Sight being included. Like that. The eyes see. When a man ejaculates out seminal fluid from the prostate, that seminal fluid raises all the sperm that are dead or asleep. It makes them awake. They can see. They can move. I'm giving you these references so you can grasp. The seminal fluid is awareness. In that, whatever's caught up in its yolk is awake. If you grasp the eyes is foreseeing and you grasp that is the beginnings of all of this seeing thing, this awareness or soul manifesting to see, which is the point, then you grasp the prostate is the third eye. It's tucked away in the belly or, inside of your body, but around the belly area where the dot on the forehead is. The third eye is there, but down. And that's where the substance manifests from. This substance being awareness. The eyes being used for awareness or to see. Now, hopefully you all clear. The prostate. This is the third eye. Not a dot on your forehead and nothing inside of it. And that prostate is the source or the start of life. Or the spirit of it, which is awareness. Now this substance or spirit that manifests from the prostate, it does this because of a thing called orgasm. In the Far East teachings, orgasm is called nirvana. This is a place or a realm. Yes, y'all experience the feeling of it, but orgasm is a place or a realm no different than dream. You have the unconscious mind, the blackness, the abyss. You have the dream state mind. Y'all run around consciously there. You have the awakened mind. That's the third one. Y'all run around there. And then you have the orgasm in mind. This is something that y'all do as well. Just like unconscious, dream, and awake. You flip-flop in between these three realities. Unconscious, dream, and awake. But there's a secret hidden one called orgasm. You visit that sometimes too. Feel good there. But it's too fast. Like I said in the past video. Orgasm is heaven. Meaning seminal fluid is atmosphere or sky. The sperm cell in it are flying like comets in space. Seminal fluid is like one going to heaven and stealing some of heaven. Like Prometheus, he stole fire from the gods. So a man, he orgasms, he visits heaven, he's kicked out so fast because he's filthy. He got there by filthy means. But he bring back atmosphere from heaven. You follow? That's why seminal fluid looks cloudy and foggy. Now that substance, if you understand it being heaven, heaven being the place of bliss, that's what nirvana is. The place of bliss. So just imagine orgasm slowed down 1,000%. You just get to be there for a time. Orgasm is twofold, meaning one can come or go, meaning you can bring heaven here, or you can go to heaven. But if you're in heaven, your coming into heaven would be the coming. No different than when one orgasms and you're in the physical, so then the come comes here. It's a coming on both sides, meaning if you're in heaven and one has the ability to orgasm themselves into heaven or the orgasm realms instead of pulling from it, it's like I said, orgasm is twofold. So you have to think, the seminal fluid, if there was no body, no prostate, none of that physical stuff. The mind is truly what's orgasming. This is not physical either. And so if one orgasmed with no physical vessel, so the substance or seminal fluid would manifest out of thin air like rain. Like that. Where did it come from? It came from heaven, a realm that's not in our physical. But the substance was brought from heaven into our physical because of orgasm or visiting heaven. Dirty though. Now when one orgasms, of course, they bring life into this physical. That orgasm or seminal fluid is put into an egg cell and you get it. Let your death begin. But when one learns meditation, yoga being an aspect of meditation, not yoga like y'all know it. Yoga in regards to one laying in sexual positions. This is true yoga if you go to the source of it. Yoga has to do with one becoming one with God. God is in heaven or orgasm. And so it had to do with man laying or woman laying in sexual positions and then going into deep meditations. You follow? Trying to cause an orgasm, but in reverse. Instead of ejaculating out, the mind that you are going in to the realms of orgasm. If you grasp orgasm is a real place, yeah, there you go, the coming and the goings, the tide. Most know how to orgasm or visit heaven and get kicked out immediately and bring back fire of heaven. Most are not taught the reversal of that coming, meaning instead of the spirit of God or heaven coming here or being brought here, the person going back. So the way life is designed, you started as that seminal substance. You started as orgasm. You started as coming from heaven. And because of that, you can always go back even in your physical state. But you must be learned on how. The same way you was learned on how to steal from heaven. This is ejaculate and have kids. When man has sex and ejaculate, he's going to heaven or orgasm and stealing. And souls out of heaven. You follow? This is all real. And so all of our beginnings started as orgasm, meaning your daddy orgasmed you out. If you grasp orgasm as nirvana, so there you were, in heaven or nirvana. Now, of course, when you're dealing with heaven, it's the top floor of hell. And people in heaven look down at the people in hell. They try their hardest not to laugh, but they eventually do. That's when they find themselves white. Oh, shit. I orgasmed out. That means I fucked up and laughed at somebody in hell. So, you get it? It's a deep thing, try and grasp. It's all a growing. You have to grow, child. You can't be petty. So, you have petty souls in heaven. Trying not to laugh. When they do, they qualify to get blown out. Has organ. Has seminal fluid. Gotta have the trolls coming. Let's see what this bum said. Said every time I come to your channel, you always got some dumb on. Now, if I pull up the manis and see you wearing this, I'm gonna queen flip hug you while slapping that. We got bums of all kinds. You probably got on Vans. Nigga, this is a leather Christian. You a bum, shut up. This was worn in a fat. Why am I even talking to you? You a whole bum. Just shut up. Move along. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Before you talk about my mask, don't get embarrassed, man. This smash come from a fashion event in Paris, nigga. I'm not being funny. A nigga modeling Christian. Y'all think this is a fucking joke. You ever seen the mask like this? Do you see the leather on this motherfucker? Y'all are high as shit. Nigga, this ain't no toy. You know how much this fucking mask costs, nigga? Chuck said that mask looked like a BDSM joint. The mask looked like whatever state your sloppy mind is in. That part. The nigga sloppy brains, you a pervert. You probably sitting here looking at me lusting, so you like it look like a BDS thing. What? Snap out of stupid. I got on black jeans, nigga. Designer shoes. And a fucking collar shirt. What are y'all talking about, man? We live in bummy times. I see y'all with y'all sweatsuits on and y'all goddamn slippers, so I'm not gonna take offense. I already know y'all don't know no better. Motherfucker, we live in a time where niggas don't even wash their ass. You could see the slob from, you feel me? He had a good sleep, slob and shit. The slob white crust running from the corner of his mouth to his earlobe. Y'all don't even wipe that off. Do you look in the mirror? With tight sweatsuit, slippers, and slob from the night before still on the cheek. And got the nerve! I'm laughing. I'm laughing at y'all under here, man. Cut it out. Now, I said, don't come for me, my bad. I'm just playing with you, champ. I like to kick it back out. Y'all like to come here talking shit. I like to talk shit. It don't happen in my real life. I'm kind of old now, so I be around adults. They ain't really goofy like y'all. So, anytime y'all like to play games, I don't mind a good little snap. Let's keep it going. I'll fry some of you niggas. You want to smell your mother vagina in her butt? Smell it. He smell good. Having sex with your mother, boy. Watch your mouth with this mask on. She say, put my leg up, Big Daddy. You know what I said? Don't worry about your legs, cause I'm about to break your back. Now, I'm sorry, don't bother me, young man. I've been talking shit before you was born. Just cause a nigga wise don't mean a nigga can't dig in his bag of, before. Before he was wise. A lot of you youngsters have to learn that. Old people was young before. Watch your stepcat, daddy. It ain't. You feel me? You could ride a bike. I used to too, man. And you goofy and silly, I can go back there, and fry your shit. It ain't no thing to me. Now, all jokes aside, this is a designer mask. It was worn in the fashion event. It's 101. How I got it, this is not important. But if you ever looked at me and said, damn, that nigga should be a model, there you go. Wish they could hire me. It's like, damn, I see like everybody wearing Alexander McQueen shoes. Was looking at the Bloomingdale site. These niggas had on that here. That's because of me. I'm a legend. Y'all think that's a joke, but it ain't. Whatever I do. Remember those bird hats? That's why they pay me the big bucks, nigga. Because whatever I put on, whatever I put on, if you wasn't paying attention, I'm gonna say it again for y'all that got y'all little clothes. Like, I gotta get this star to wear it. No, you don't. You better follow the designers, nigga. Whatever I wear, a year later you'll see everybody wear it. Again, those bird hats, yeah, you ain't stupid. See people wear hoodies now and they pull the strings and choke it, yeah. That comes from me. Y'all was wearing y'all hoodies all stupid and open. Now, let's get back to the video. If you got some clothes and stuff you trying to sell, you pay me, maybe I'll put it on. Y'all usually, y'all make hoodies and t-shirts. I'll show you shit. Nigga pay me to wear his hoodie, but I'm not putting on no hoodie. Sorry. I'll show it. Like this hoodie, I would never wear it, but y'all should. That's how I promote niggas' clothes. I'm just playing. Peace and wisdom, skinny BBC. Trying to read your comments. You said put y'all on with the fashion. I'm not a fashion person. Everything I just said is true though, but I'm just small and petite, and so it don't take much for me to look nice. Outside of that, you get my point? I ain't a nigga that's gonna be having a conversation with you about clothes and all. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. I just have an awareness like y'all. I observe, so I see whatever I do, y'all do it. I wear feathers, then all y'all wearing feathers and shit. Kevin Gates, I put a ponytail on top of my head. Y'all, let's do whatever I do. If you've been following me for the last 7 years, you know, like, yeah, whatever he seemed to do. When I came, y'all ain't have, like, the side of y'all head shaved with ponytails on y'all head. I did. I had to cut it off because y'all all on my... I'm sorry. Wear my bird hat. I had to get rid of that because y'all all on my... Dude. When the stars like to get jazzy now and show off for y'all, what they do? Put on a silk shirt. Oh, they call me Big Uzi. I'm a legend. This go before YouTube. I started Vanson's in New York. I had the Scott, but y'all don't know no better. So y'all ain't got the Vanson. That's the wrong one. But, you know, whatever. If you know me when I'm young, you know I ain't lying. A legend, nigga. I started Iceberg Sweater. I'm lying now. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away now, but you feel me, man? I started Mickey Mouse Iceberg jeans. I bet you that. Nobody was wearing iceberg jeans. You feel me? If you could get the sweater, so you was doing all right. So I got the jeans and the sweater, nigga. You know why? Because I'm better than... Oh, I used to have fun. Y'all didn't have fun when y'all was young like that? See a nigga with the sweater on struggling, I just bust out with the whole outfit, nigga. Nigga say, whole check to get that sweater. Blood gonna be had to borrow. I just sold a couple of baggies. I'm sorry. Let me cut it out. That's why y'all don't like me. I get it. I feel y'all. He really wears sweats and Vans. Y'all gotta get out of that. Vans, they used to sell Vans in Woolworth. I got to get y'all life together, man. It ain't about... I don't want to say that. Y'all all have to dress nice at some point in your life. It's a feeling. You just got to get the feeling. And then you move on. You feel me? You don't get all stuck on nothing. But I feel like all y'all have to experience having the best, just like all people born into wealth have to experience poverty, because life is a balance. It gives you a better perspective on where you are. When you wealthy, you know nothing about no poverty. You got people born into wealth, they never witnessed poverty. You got people born into poverty, never witnessed wealth. So that's why the book say the wealthy should give their shit to the poor. Basically to say, switch for a time. If a rich man give all his money to the poor, you think the rich man don't make ink? It's like if I tell you, give your whole check this week to the poor. Yeah, you gonna be broke for that week, but then back to your reality where you get paid every week. It's just a moment thing, so you get it like that with the wealthy. If the wealthy man give away all his money at the moment, so at the end of the money, back rich again. But in that month, you get a perspective. You get to get treated like a broke nigga. So, let's see, let me bring the jackets. I'm older now, so I just wear like collar shirts, slacks, grown up stuff. But I'm not big on living, like doing stuff. And what you got on, you got on. I wouldn't care. What I got on, I wouldn't care. I don't put no effort into getting dressed. Just buy nice things. That way, whatever I throw on, I'm for sure I look decent. You feel me? Like that. Y'all buy fucking sweatsuits, then you have to wear it. Whatever you do in your sweatsuit, you could have just bought some slacks. You say, I sleep in my sweats. I sleep in slacks. If you know me in real life, you know I ain't lying, bro. I play basketball in slacks. Them my sweats, my nigga. I got collar shirts with no collars on them. Those are my t-shirts. A bunch of those. I throw those on. Throw them away. Chuck Taven said that mask would be perfect in my video shoot. This mask is very expensive. That's not a joke. I'm not sure if y'all think that is. It's that real leather. It's suede on this side. It has a belt loop back, not like Velcro or nothing. It's a belt loop. It's an expensive mask. You'd have to like I suppose none of y'all got enough that will make me be like, alright. More than likely my son gonna get it. Maybe my daughter. They auction it off. The master who said. Maybe they get about 50, 60, 70,000 for it. If that sound high to you, that's not really. I mean, you won't ever see this mask again. Now, back to the humility. Where was that in the video? This is a Wraith Ninja mask. A Tenga. When you're dealing with ninjas, you have the Tenga. Tengu. Tengu, Tenga. You can Google that and get a perspective of what they look like. Then you'll say, oh, I see what the mask is. It ain't a fox or a dog. Well, the Tenga, I guess you could say. Nigga, hellhounds. And the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. If you go too far out, you know, of the existence, then the hellhounds, they chase you back to your body. This is like your astral projection chapter of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, but it's not speaking about when you're alive in perspective. It's speaking of when you're dead. Remember, the Ak comes and goes even after the death. So in ancient Egypt, they show the bird flying away. It comes back too. This is the awareness. But when the soul goes too far from the body, the Tenga chase it back. They move in angles. Are the Tenga move in circles, cycles? And to escape these hellhounds, you must move in angles. So, only Wraith ninjas know this wisdom. Meaning only people that study the Wraith shit under me, they know this. But you can Google Tenga and whatever they got on ninjas, whatever. But it's a deep thing, try and grasp. Skinny BC's crazy. Talking about me having sex with his mother. Unreal. Why is Skinny BC talking about me having sex with his mother with this mask on? Champ. After your mother had you and all your siblings, her vagina was like old ground beef. Old hamburger meat. When you buy that hamburger meat fresh, you know the color. After a few days, when it started getting old, when you didn't put it in the freezer, it started getting a little gray. You still got a little bit of red in it, but it's like starting to turn like grayish brown. That's how your mama's vagina look. Like that staled out ground beef. That old lady butt. I got stupid trolls in here, but let me let them go so I can get to y'all. It was fun. Come back sometime, you hear? I'm gonna leave you, Skinny BC. I ain't sure if you were trolling. You just, smoke crack every now and then. You know how I be in the daytime. Nigga be a dope head. They go together. This is heavy. No toy. This either. This, get it? This for that. Get it? Try to cut my face. It ain't going through. This is bulletproof. It's that Kevlar on the other side. Cold-blooded. This mask cold-blooded. I'm not lying about nothing I said. Anyone wants to see the mask in person, let me know. You will be amazed. Say, oh my God, that shit really Kevlar on the inside. Yeah. If you try to cut my face. All Wraith ninjas are beautiful under their masks. If you try to cut their face, there have to be things in place to not let you do that. I'll say it again, all Wraith ninjas is beautiful. We talking men, but these niggas is beautiful. The face got to stay intact, big baby. That's what they go for when you're a Wraith ninja. Like I heard all niggas was beautiful. Cut his face. So, you feel me? You gotta keep it together. I'm laughing at Big Deppy. I was about to say something similar. If you hearing ringing in your ears, ain't got nothing to do with the question you ask a wise man. You got a problem if you got ringing in your ears. Huh? Now, y'all have taken me far off the topic. So let's just end it with the third eye's not up here. The third eye has to do with the prostate and orgasm. In meditation, breathing exercises, yoga, this means stretching, these things, when you get to the core of them, not the common little information y'all got, but real masters of these practices that have to do with entering orgasm. Instead of pulling orgasm here, Like I said, it's a tide. They're coming and going. So, top level meditation, things like that. Most of y'all are not there. Meaning most of y'all don't even have a mind truly to grasp that if you can orgasm out, you can orgasm in. This has to do with you as a mind going to that place that you're pulling the substance from. So, life's a deep thing. Try and grasp. Now I'm going to depart. Hopefully you guys grasp. Stay in good spirits. Peace and wisdom, Mika. Now, like I said, I'm about to depart. Hopefully you guys stay in good spirits. Grasp this knowledge. Apply it to self. Be well. Salam, shalom.